Right, round 3 of Napoleon. Welcome to Late Night Gaming. And I am going to continue playing Field Commander Napoleon. So let's first advance the turn counter into July 1796. So I'll do my moves. I will take all my counters here, this big army stack, and move into Genoa. And see if I can relieve Genoa from its oppressor, the cruel Austrian forces. I'm also going to make an attack in Marengo, just to see if I can get rid of this lone Austrian unit, because he may threaten Turin, he may march into Turin. Yeah, let's resolve that battle first. The battle of, what is it? Marengo. So we will roll for the fog of war, and they have 8 supplies, so they will add 4 on the roll and thereby subtracting 4 supply points. 10, oh that's 14, that's the highest you can get. And the enemy will gain 1 battle plan. It doesn't matter in this turn because they only have 1 force. And another reason I want to fight this battle is so that I can force them to use some supplies. So that's taking advantage of the AI a little bit, I guess, but I mean, I will use every trick available to me. So they will lose 4 supplies, they have 4 left. So here are my forces with a combined battle value of 8, 9, 10, of 13. And the opposing army has a value of 5. So it's not an envelope. We will actually fight the battle. They will start in the enemy approach area in column formation. I will have all my units here in the approach, in line formation, except the cavalry, which I will keep in column formation. So when we roll the 14, we know that the battle will last for 4 rounds. And the enemy will actually have 3 battle plans. 2 for the scenario and 1 for the fog on war roll. But they will only draw 1 because they only have 1 unit. And I will have 1 battle plan because Napoleon is not in the battle. I don't have any supply to spend for additional battle plans either. And there will be no inside counters because there is no Napoleon. So I'm going to buy my battle plans, and I have only 1. Since I have a cavalry, I will buy the charge battle plan. And I will draw the 1 battle plan for the enemy. It's basically an attack plan. It's not useful for them because they're just too far away. But they will activate first. And they will need to roll for activation. They need a 7 or higher. Or lower, sorry. And they get a 6, so they will activate. They will do an attack. But there is nothing to attack, so they will do nothing. I didn't foresee that, so that was a bit unfortunate. Because if I attach a battle plan to a unit, I have to carry it out. So they have the orders. It can only be put on cavalry, I don't have to roll. They will advance twice and then attack. So they are now here, and they will perform an attack. And if I roll a 1, the battle is over, but, well, let's see. I roll a 5, so they miss with the attack. So that cavalry is in trouble. Really, I did a maneuver error here, I guess. Ha, okay. I want to advance my other units as well. I need to get some help up there, so I need to roll for activation because they're all in line formation. I did not foresee this. So let's have Garnier activate. He got a 2. That's great. So he activates, and I will advance him. The same with Manier. He got a 10, so he won't activate. And the recruit, he won't activate either. So now I'm starting to spreading my forces. That's not good. That was round 1, so we move the turn counter down to round 3. Yeah, I'm trying the same thing again. Now I'm hoping that these units will not go away. And the enemy, he has taken this one. What is it? It is a forward. That's very, very unfortunate. They will activate first and carry out the orders. Because they're in column formation, they don't need to activate. So they will advance. And now I have to take a shock test, and I will fail it because I'm in column formation. I can't afford a hit because it's a cavalry, so it is actually out of here. So So I learned that never advance the cavalry too far away. Then if there is then the battle plan says that if there are a unit at range 1, there is, go into line formation and perform an attack. They go into line formation and they will attack Garnier by rolling a die, and they miss. That is good. They had to roll a 5 or lower. So now I can perform my actions. So let's go forward. I will try to activate Garnier because he is in line formation. He gets a 5, so he activates and he will march forward. Let's try it with the recruit. No, that's a 6. Then I will fire with Garnier, and he does not need activation because he is in line formation, but he needs to roll very low in order to hit. No, that's not a chance. Okay, 2 rounds left. This is getting more tense than I appreciate. I thought this was going to be an easy battle, but apparently not. Yeah, I'm taking a chance. I'm putting flank orders on my recruit and hoping I can activate him so he can get him forward, and he will go forward 2 spaces if I'm able to activate him. He's taking, again he takes forward and he goes first. They are advancing. Then I need to make a shock test on my lowest unit, which is Garnier. He's a poor line and he needs to pass a shock test. He needs to roll lower than 6, his activation value. He doesn't, he fails. He rolls a 10. You have to take a hit and he will retreat 1 spot. Then this guy will, if there is a unit at range 1, there is, he will go into line and he will attack, but he can't attack this unit while he's in melee, so I'm assuming he will attack Garnier. Now when the units are in melee, they will attack with a +3/+3. So that means that he will have an 8 superscript 3, so he is destined to hit me. And he rolls a 3, so that's 2 hits, and he kills Garnier. Now it's my turn. I will fire with Garnier. 4, that's a miss. I will try to activate the recruit. 4, so he actually activates. He will advance. They will have to make a shock test, but he has a very good chance of passing the shock test. He rolls a 7, so he passes the shock test. Nothing happened. Then he will advance again. He can't do that because he's in melee, so he will perform an attack. And he has a +3/+3 as well. He rolls a 7. That's a miss. Okay, so I am in trouble. I am in absolutely horrendous trouble. So I'm trying to put an engage order on Garnier, hoping to push him forward and force a shock -2 test. Kerpen, he's taking his orders. Okay. He will perform now. It says if infantry, no roll. Go into column, then advance, then at the shock -3, then attack. While in melee, he cannot perform this battle plan, so he will perform a standard attack battle plan. A combat battle plan. He doesn't have to roll, he will stay in line formation. He will make a melee attack on the recruit. That's a 4. That is 1 hit. The recruit takes a hit and he is eliminated. Now I get to try to activate Garnier. I roll a 5, so he doesn't activate. That's terrible! The battle has lasted so long now that we go into withdrawal. And what we do then? Well, we basically just roll on this table and see what happens. So I roll a 10, which means encamp. And that means that all the units go back to the battle map, but there are no further battles this round. Okay, so they re-emerges here in Marengo, both units. Oh, let's not hope that was a bad omen for the battles to come. Has the tides of war shifted? Let's find out when we do the Battle of Genoa. The enemy has 4 supplies, so they will add 2 to the roll. 6 and 2, that's an 8. Only 3 rounds of battle. And 2 of my supply points goes to the enemy. I don't have any supply, so that's fine. So there is no envelope. And the battle plan quantities, I will get 2 because Napoleon is present, and the enemy will also get 2. I will put Napoleon here on the battle map or the battlefield. Okay, so let me see if I can get some inside counters. Shall we use the same tactic as last time? The enemy will have they have a fortification, and that's a cannon, so I can inflict damage on that. Actually, I will not do that. I will take the engineers because it's a bit harder to activate, but it will inflict 1 hit on each garrison and fortification. So that is a potential 2 hit. And then I have only 1 battle plan. I need to adjust that. I do have a cannon, which I will put back here in the French reserves. Now Stengel don't have to be in the reserves. Yeah, I'm placing my forces like this. The cavalry are ready to charge into battle. The enemy places their cannons, their fortifications in the reserve region, the garrison in the approach. And then I will randomly draw 4 units in the approach area. Remember, garrisons are not mobile units, so they do not count against that unit limit. Okay, they're gonna have a cavalry recruit here. Okay, great, we have placed the forces. Now I can try to activate my insight. And to activate it, I need to roll 2. Now I got a 6, so that's not good enough. There is no insight activation. Then I need to think about my battle plans. I only have 1, but I do have a cannon. So I'm doing what I always do with a cannon, placing grape shots on my cannon. And the enemy have 2 battle plans. So let's have a look at the units. The best units are the lined units. And that's actually one of the recruits and this cavalry. So let's draw for the recruit first. He's getting the melee combat order, which we have, or battle plan, which we have seen quite a few times. It doesn't do anything any good so early in the game. And the cavalry. Oh, there's a global one, close ranks. Ignore the first hit. And we need to redraw for the cavalry. Forward. So they are activating their plans. Let's see what they are doing. Well, the ones that have a standard order will advance because I'm so far away. Garrison will stay put and they will advance like this. Then Skurwitz here will go forward. He doesn't have to roll if he's in column. He will advance and check if there's enemy at space 0 or 1. It's not, so he will stop there. The recruit will go, well, he needs to try to activate actually. Oops, he gets a 7. So, no activation. I just remove the order. Then garrison will check if there are enemies at range 1 or 0. It's not, and the cannon will fire. He gets a 10. So the cannon misses. Let's move it like this. Then I will fire with my cannon. I get a 10 as well. That's also a miss. And I'm going to charge forward with my cavalry. I will do a march order on both of my cavalries. And it says if column, no roll. So don't have to roll for this. They will advance. And they will advance again. Because they are a cavalry, they can do it twice. Which you can see on the order. If it's a cavalry advance, then advance or retreat. So when I enter this region here, the lowest unit must make a shock test, which will fail because he will be in column formation, and it's the recruit. He will take 1 hit and he is out of here. The recruit is a conscript. He's dead. I will do the same with Kilmaine. He will charge into here. This time it is Liptay, which is a poor line unit, which will fail the shock test. He will take 1 hit and he will retreat. Then I will advance also these 2 units. They only do it once because they are infantry. And I'm going to try to activate these guys and advance them as well. So let's try with Ogero. That's a 3. So he activates, he advances. And the same with Le Harpe. Now he gets an 8, so he will stay put. I forgot this close rank, so the first hit should be ignored. So I will resurrect the recruit. So he ignores the hit, but he must retreat. Move the battle turn. I will try to activate my engineers again. No, this time I got a 6. I'm not so lucky this time. Yeah. I will actually get this battle plan. It says prepare, and I can add it to a unit that already has a battle plan. So I will put this on Ogero, and that will give him the initiative, so he will act first. And then he can fire. He has a very high likelihood of hitting, and take out Skurvitsir before he does any damage to my cavalry. Yeah, let's do it like that. And they will draw 2 battle plans for their units. Which unit will get it? Let me see. Line, oh, it's actually Skurbits, and the recruit, same again. Recruit first. He gets closing. And Skurbits, he gets to rush. Okay, so then I get to activate my plan first, the prepare one. That means that I can act first, and I'm giving him a standard battle plan, which is fire. He's in line formation, there's no activation needed. So he will perform an attack. He gets a 6, so he actually hits. And he takes out Skurbits along with the battle plan, because Skurbits can only take 1 hit. Then the enemy will go. Now I need to remember that this guy has acted. But the enemy gets to go, and the recruit, all of these units here have an enemy at range 0 or 1, so they don't have to roll. They will all go into line formation and attack. So recruit goes into line, attacks, he misses. Dikato, line formation, he gets a 6. So that's a miss also. And Liptay, he gets a 5, that's also a miss. Now this recruit has a special battle plan, it's an infantry. If infantry, do not roll, go into column, advance, and then attack. So he will stay in column, he will try to advance, and he can do that. So he will advance, he will kill Kilmaine, he is the lowest one. He takes the hit, he's dead. And then he will perform an attack on Stengel. He will actually take out both of my units, I think now. It's a +3/+3 because he's in melee, but he misses. He needs the 6, he needed a 6. The garrison is firing at Stengel. He misses also. And their cannons are firing. Oh, well, he got a 6, so that's also a miss. Okay, still hanging in there, barely. Now I can activate the rest of my units. Stengel needs to do something. I need to get him out of that column formation. He has activated already. He can try to kill the recruit. He will be successful. But the recruit probably has, he just has 1 hit point. But no, he will retreat. I will give him a march order, so he's in column, doesn't have to roll, and he will retreat. Yep, and these guys, they are in column formation. So what will they do? Should I stay or should I go? Yeah, so I will march this guy forward for protection, and I will try to activate Le Harpe. He gets a 3, so he activates. And he will march forward. Okay, that's the end of the round. This is the last round of combat. I will try to activate my engineers. Come on. Now it's a 6. Oh, I didn't fire my cannons last round. So let's do that now. Oh, it's a miss. Okay, I will find my battle plan. What will I do? I will take the formations, battle plan, so I can change 1 to 3 formation at any time. And the enemy, let us see now. Well, they will need to put it on the recruit first. He will have one. He will take this one, rush. And one of these guys, I will take it to the reduced unit, put that on him. It's a forward battle plan. So he will activate now. It is, and it says if column no roll. This is not good. He will advance. He's not a cavalry, so he ignores the first part. He will advance at a shock -3, then go into column. Before he does that, though, I will activate my formations plan. I can do that, and I would go into line formation with these units, and also with Serrurier. Then he will advance, and now I need to make a shock test on my worst unit, which is this guy, and he will roll, actually has to roll a 3 because it's a shock -3 test. He rolls a 4, he fails the test. He will have to take a hit and retreat. So he's in here in column formation. This guy will advance, but they need to roll for activation because they are not in column. The recruit, he rolls a 9, he stays put. The Koto, he rolls a 7, also he stays put. This guy has the forward formation on him, and it says, well, he needs to activate first. 2, he activates. He will advance. He go into line and he will attack. He rolls a 7 on his attack, so that's a miss. The cannon will fire. He rolls a 5, that's a miss. Now it's my turn. I will fire with my... No, I won't fire with my cannon. I will activate my guard, and try to fire at the recruit. He hits. Finally some luck, the recruit is out of here. Well, Le Harpe, he will fire. He rolls a 3, so he will hit Liptay. He's out. Then the cannon will fire. It's a 7, so that is still a miss. And that's it. I can't do anything more. I will stay put with my units. The battle goes into withdrawal, and we roll to see what happens. 5. Enemy retreat. Return Napoleon and the French forces to the campaign map's battle area. All the enemy static forces are destroyed. All mobile enemy forces are gone to one random selected enemy controlled or uncontrolled area adjacent to the battle area. That's very lucky for me because both of these fortifications now are destroyed, and these 2 are the only surviving units. I have some units that, well, quite a few units left, but I took a beating, I must admit. So I get to put my units here in Genoa. One of them is damaged, so I put him on the side, and Napoleon also in Genoa. They will go to a random area, and I will put them into Mantua, because that makes more sense. They will flee to the one place that is that has more protection. So I actually find this retreat thing a little bit strange because in a sort of example, well, if the situation was opposite, if the enemy attacked me in a city, French hold city, and they were vastly outnumbered, not so much that they will rout. And if I was unlucky on the fog on war roll, the battle will only last for 1 turn or 2 turns, which is the lowest. And then that could then they will have a 30% chance of scoring a French retreat, and I have to evacuate that city and also destroy my static forces there. So that seems very harsh on a die roll to must abandon a city, just much like now, like they had to do, like the enemy had to do now in Genoa. But those are the rules of the game. So we are done with our moves and our resolution of the battles, and I don't have any supply, so I can't do a forced march. So then I will resupply. Now I will get 3, 6, 9, 12 points of resupply, and I will of course upgrade this guy for 2, this guy for 2, that's 4, so I have 8 more. I will spend it on a cannon. Yeah, 4, I can actually do a cannon. That's 8, 9, 10, 11. So now I have spent 12 points. That's my turn. The enemy now will take their orders. They have only 2 supply points, so they will add 1 to the die roll and spend 1 of the points. They have 1 supply left, and they will roll for their units. Let's see how, if they are in right. Yeah, so they don't have many units. Kerpen, he is in an area already with an enemy. Will he move out? Can he? Of course he can move out. So let's see what he will do. He will add 1 to the die roll. He rolls a 5. And he moves to a random area. Would make sense to go to Milan, no? But random is random, so let's see. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. He goes to Savona. The Kuto here. Here also 3 plus 2, that's 5. That's also random. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So they will actually, well, they are brave men. They will actually attack me here in Genoa. Unless they certain death. Unless the recruits here follow them. 2 plus 2 is 4. They will hold. And we also have this cannon recruit up here. 1 plus 2 is 3, so they will also hold. Then we need to resolve this battle. First of all, it's a roll on the fog of war table. 5, there is no modification to the roll because of very low supplies. You may move Napoleon to this battle from another area. Well, Napoleon is already present, so doesn't matter. No effect. Well, I suspect it's not going to be a battle, because he only has 4 points, and I have more than 12, as you can see. So he is enveloped and gulfed up and out of here. And then we do the enemy supply. They roll for each city, so let's roll for Klagenfurt. That's 3. They will get 1 reinforcement in Klagenfurt. They managed to pull a recruit out of the cup, even though there are many units in there now. Okay, we're rolling for Mantua. That is 6. So 1 reinforcement in Mantua. They roll this Austrian unit. Pittoni arrives in Mantua. And we need to roll for Milan as well. That is 10. So that's 3 supply points, and they are back to 4 supplies. That's not too bad. I think that's okay. Can live with that. Yes, that's the situation after the 3rd round. I think I'm going to try to attack Mantua next round. I have to, right? Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds left. And I am 1, 2, 3, 4 steps away from Klagenfurt. So if I am to conquer Klagenfurt before the game ends, I need to attack Mantua next round. Join me next time for more Field Commander Napoleon, the Italian campaigns, 1796.